Until women are prepared to take accountability the same way men are, why do we listen to anything they even say? Imagine you're a 17-year-old boy, you're going to school, you're watching Netflix, you're watching TV, you're watching these things. They're telling you women are better than you at everything. They're trying to make you into a girl. They're trying to make you talk like a girl, think like a girl, be a girl. You turn on Netflix, mom is smart, the dad is dumb. There's a little woman beating up 55 men on every single TV show. Your masculinity is permanently under attack. But then you get a girlfriend and you're with her for a few months and you break up and then she cheated on you, but that's your fault because you could emotionally manipulate or you were a narcissist. So everything she does is your fault, but you have no authority, but you have all the responsibility, but you're also her inferior while capable of making her do things she doesn't want to do. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I think this double standard as well of how they're raising women and men these days to believe that women are taking the place of men and there are no men and you should emasculate yourself a little bit so that there is equality, right? Then when men and women are dating and they're in relationships, all of a sudden a woman is going back to her instinct and she's like, but why aren't you leading? And why aren't you providing? And why aren't you, leading the household? And you're like, okay, but I thought that's not, like, did you not want this? I mean, I'm so confused because mainstream media is saying that it's offensive now to tell a woman that I've got you, right?
Exactly right. That's why the birth rate's collapsing. That's why marriage is collapsing. That's why everything's over.
Maybe she doesn't know, but when you're a fully grown woman and you're choosing your choices, why are people trying to protect how she feels about the choices she's making as opposed to making her hold herself accountable for those choices?
What's really interesting is this. If we're going to live in a society where women are not accountable for their own decisions, why can they vote? Exactly. Why can they be in charge of governments? Why do we listen to anything they say ever? I'm not trying to be a misogynist because this is why they call me a misogynist. I'm asking questions. If we live in a society where women are not responsible for their own actions, which means by extension, they're not responsible for any of the actions which take place because of their ideals that they promote. If a woman wants to sit there and say, we need transsexuals in school, drag story, child book reading, we need this because it makes me feel good. I'm not responsible for what happens to those children. I'm not responsible and I'm not going to take accountability for how bad an idea this was. I just want it so I can say I'm a good person. My question is this. Until women are prepared to take accountability the same way men are, why do we listen to anything they even say?